Okay, here is the core activity for lesson 3. It says complete each inequality statement with the correct symbol, either less than or greater than. So they start us off with a little warm up here. 2 is less than 8. And let's go ahead and continue these. 2 times 1 is 2. 8 times 1 is 8. So we're going to write the symbol this way. 2 times 2 is 4. 8 times 2 is 16. 2 times 3 is 6. 8 times 3 is 24. 2 times a negative 1. Okay, a positive times a negative is a negative, so this is going to be negative 2. Again, a positive times a negative. I think all these are positives times a negative. Let's check really quick. These are all positive. These are all negatives. These are positives. These are all negatives. So we're going to end up with negative answers here. So negative 2 and 8 times negative 1 is negative 8. Okay, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. 8 times negative 2 is negative 16. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. Okay, so again, I like to think of the alligator thing, and this is kind of a weird way to look at it, but it works for me, and I'm sure it'll work for you. So um, before, when it's positive, we have 2 birds over here and 8 birds over here. Of course, the alligator is going to swim towards the 8 birds. Okay. On this one's a little different. We have a minus. So how can we have a minus 2 birds? This would mean he'd have to let 2 birds out of his mouth. Okay, because it's negative. So I don't know. I'll just go ahead and say it. I'm going to say this is like what would the alligator rather do? Would he rather throw up 2 birds or would he rather throw up 8 birds? I think he'd rather just throw up 2 because nobody likes to do that. So he's going to swim this way. Okay, he would rather just throw up 2 birds than to throw up 8. Okay, I know that's a weird way to look at it, but it works for me and it'll work for you guys. Okay, so same thing here. When it comes to negative, is that right? Is that correct? No, because it's negative. So we're going to put it this way. You would rather just let go of 4 birds than 16 of them. Okay, same thing for this one. And let's go ahead and move on over here. This is division. 2 divided by 1 is just 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 3 is, well, we're going to leave that as a fraction. We're going to say 2 thirds. Over here, 8 divided by 1 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 8 divided by 3, well, we're going to leave that as a fraction. 8 divided by 3. All right, now it's time to put in the symbols here. Notice that these are all positives. So which way is the crocodile going to swim, or the alligator? He's going to swim towards the 8 birds. Okay. Which way is he going to swim, 1 or 4? Well, he's going to swim towards 4. Which one is greater, 2 thirds or 8 thirds? 8 thirds would be greater. And let's look at the last one here. So let's see, for division, we have a positive divided by a negative. Anytime you have that, it will be a negative answer. So 2 divided by negative 1 is a negative 2. 2 divided by negative 2, that's negative 1. 2 divided by negative 3, we know it's going to be negative. And we have 2 divide 3, which is 2 thirds. Okay, on the other side, 8 divided by negative 1 is negative 8. 8 divided by negative 2 is negative 4. Okay, we know this is going to be negative, and we have 8. We're going to keep it as a fraction. 8 divided by 3. So over here, okay, the alligator is going to swim this side because he only has to give up 2 of his birds that he ate. Okay. Same thing on this side. Okay. -2/3, -8/3. Which one is better? Okay. Which way? What would the crocodile rather do? He'd rather just give up 2/3 than 8/3, because 8/3 would be quite a bit to give up. Okay, so study the pattern in question 1. When do you need to reverse the inequality? So what do you guys think? Take a good look at that. I'm going to let you guys think for a second. I'll pause the video here. So if you need to pause it, go ahead and pause it now. Think about this. Okay, so if you notice, we do have the same numbers. We have 2 and 1, 8 and 1. Same thing here, 2 and 1, 8 and 1. And we flipped the symbol here. And why did we do that? I hope you guys are thinking because we multiplied by a -1. Okay, notice every symbol flipped. Okay, same thing on this side. These are all the same numbers. These are the same as these here. Okay, the difference is these are negative and these are negative. Okay, but again, the symbol did flip. So when do you need to reverse the inequality sign? Okay, and I'm giving you guys a second to think about that and how to write that. Okay, it is when you multiply or divide by a negative number. Let's take a look at number 3. It says solve the equation 2x plus 5 equals 11 using algebraic operations. Okay, so let's go ahead and work this problem out. I see 2x plus 5 equals 11. So I need to isolate x. I need to get this by itself. And the first thing I need to get rid of is this plus 5. Well, how do I get rid of plus 5? That's right, we subtract 5. And to keep my equation balanced, I do the same to the other side. Okay, so 2x is going to come down here. Positive 5 and -5 cancel. Equals 11 minus 5 is 6. Okay, I still need to isolate the x here. So I have multiply by 2. How do I get rid of multiply by 2? I divide by 2. And what I do to one side, I do to the other. Okay, 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times x is just x. Equals, and on this side I have 6 divided by 2, that equals 3. So x equals 3. And let's go ahead and look at question number 4. Using the balance scale as a model and the fact that 2x plus 5 weighs less than 11, explain why each of the following statements is true. 2x will weigh less than 6. Is that true? Okay, so if we work out this problem here, which is the same as this, except instead of equals, it has less than. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this really quick. I've got 2x plus 5 weighs less than 11. And if we work this out, which is the same as what we did above, right? Minus 5 minus 5. We get 2x is less than 6. Okay, so 2x will weigh less than 6. Isn't that what we have here? It is. So this is true. And this is true because we added or subtracted, okay? In this case, we subtracted 5 on both sides. And when we do that, the value, the results will not change, okay? So we're going to go ahead and put that the relationship does not change. Let's take a look at the next part. X will weigh less than 3. So if we keep working out this problem, we need to divide by 2. And we end up with X is less than 3. So that is also true. Okay, because we divided by a positive, the relationship does not change. So we're going to go ahead and type that in. Remember, the only time it will change is when we divide or multiply by a negative, and we did not do that here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at number 5.